Hi guys, hello, how are you doing today? I'm very happy that you tuned into my channel. Today's message has quite the potential of being explosive, in the sense of there's a lot of anger behind it as well. I'm talking about female energy, females, as in the gender today, not so much the energy actually, but females, how females have been treated in the past and how we've allowed ourselves to be treated. This message is coming forth very, very strongly, and I can feel it here so much. All the anger and all the so intense, and I really wanted to. I really had to bring it literally. This does not mean I do not feel for the male population. That's not the case. I'm very aware of the patterns that are going on that I can be aware of at this time. All right, I just want to say that very clearly, and this is not as to say, yeah, let's put the males down. That's not the focus here at all. That's not the focus here at all. But the way this is coming through so strongly, and because I'm healing my own ancestral lineage, which is my mother's, my grandmother's, my great grandmother, and so forth. I don't know how long the line goes back, but these are issues that we as females have had to deal with, of not being able to express who we truly are, how strong we actually are, and how much there is. We're not just housewives, wives, mothers, and we're not those roles exclusively. We're all of those. We're all of those. And if this is in a loving environment and surrounding, then this is perfect. But it's not okay to be pressed into certain roles and exclusively stand for this role and forget about that you are a female, a divine feminine with needs, with female needs of a woman. Be it sexually, being that lust, being that joy, being that being loved by your partner, by your children. We are all of these areas. We are everything, just as much as the males are. I'm just talking from the female position here. I don't know if I'm going to be healing the male extent of that ancestral lineage as well, because I am female. I don't know that. Again, but here I'm talking specifically for the females, for the women, on this planet, and what we're still going through and having to go through. And again, this is also recognizing that it's not just the outside world that has opposed this on us, but that's also us that needs to realize what is happening and work on ourselves. Because only then, when you've worked through that process of being whole yourself, then the outside has no other choice but to accept what they are confronted with, which is us to the fullest extent, which is divine feminine. That being said, I really want to attach a reading to this one to say what angels, ancestors, sacred ones are saying about the situation. I'm really super excited for that one and excited to bring you this. All right, see ya. Hi guys, I'm here with your reading now. I really had to ground myself because the energy was really quite heavy, and I really grounded myself now. And the message I'm bringing you with the tarot cards that I already drew, I drew from 3 decks. And by the way, it's very round, which is also part of the reason why my energy has calmed down quite a bit. It's very calm and mellow now, which is really good. I prefer that, although feeling the heavy energy and the anger and everything is important. So the first deck I drew from is my new deck, the Wildwood Tarot. And gonna use these cards very much intuitively. I'm getting acquainted with the meanings of the cards, however, but I'm gonna do this very, very intuitively, whatever wants to come through, because the imagery is very pretty and it allows for that. The second deck I drew from is the Tarot of the Old Path. which is my first deck and the one I'm most acquainted to. We're friends. And the last deck I drew from is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. It's not going to be longer than any other reading because of the amount of cards. First card out for the topic I discussed earlier was the Archer. This is a very pretty card. In this deck, I should say probably that they made sure that the people in the cards were androgynous. So this is, but she's clearly a female, but she is very, very fierce, and she is like holding her bow and arrow, and she is focused. She's ready to go. And these hound dogs in the background really, they are there already. These are her talents. These are her inner wantings and longings ready to come out. Ready when you are. Ready when you are. So very fierce, but at the same time relaxed, waiting for the release. Waiting for the release already. The background is somewhat foggy. This is interesting too, so maybe you might not have realized everything that is within you yet. Ready for the release. The next card that came out is the card Moon on Water, and it was so interesting because the arrow, as you can see, is pointing directly at the egg that is underwater still. That is underwater still, meaning this is your potential. This is your potential that has not been unearthed or unwatered. I don't know if that word exists, but it is still underwater. See, it's still underwater. These branches or these trees are still there waiting for spring to come. They're waiting for the release of the female archer in this case, because this reading is, I don't mind males watching it, but this is specifically for females. And like I said earlier, if a reading for males is coming through, I'm more than happy to bring it. That's not the thing, but it just came through today for females explicitly. So this is for women. But again, I don't mind men watching it. I'm sure there's lessons in there for you as well. So yeah. So yeah, this is waiting to come to life. This is waiting for you. This is waiting for you. And also what was really interesting, the Page of Vessels, the otter, came out next, because it's almost like the river, like the river the egg is in here, or the swamp the egg is in still. It's gonna, once you release that arrow, once you focus your energy on this, it's gonna be really fast moving. It's like really fast moving. It's almost, this swamp is immediately turning into a fast moving river. And with the otter out, the otter is an animal that is very comfortable on land and very comfortable in water. So it's at home in both worlds, the otter is. So what I'm immediately was feeling was the mother that is comfortable in her role as a mother and just loving her child and being very nurturing and all that, but also being at home in all this female energy at the same time, incorporating the two, feeling equally at home as a powerful woman and a nurturing mother, incorporating all those energies. Yeah, and it's more than just the mother. Like I said, it's the mother, the wife, the woman, the businesswoman, the everything, you know, the really strong woman and the very soft woman as well. It's incorporating all aspects and being cool with all aspects of yourself. And as soon as you're releasing the arrow, as soon as you're deciding that this is what you're going to do, it's going to take off really fast. It's a fast moving energy. And what came out back to back was the Kingfisher. The Kingfisher, the Knight of Arrows. the Knight of Arrows. Kingfisher is also an animal which is very much at home on land and in the water. They both fish, they both dive deep, they have both abilities, which is basically what I said about the otter as well. But here the abilities come in even more. You have so many abilities. And also what's interesting is with the Kingfisher, male and female have the same feathers. And often in nature, it's like the male will be much more pretty, much more colorful. And with the Kingfisher, this is not the case. They're both very colorful. They're equally strong. They're equally present, equally beautiful. So this is about the attributes that that you bring, that you have, that females, that women have, about the equality. Do you say that? Say it like that? I don't know, the equality of it, of men and women. This is what this is. And this is going to bring you to calmer waters. See that? When this is still a fast-moving energy, this is going to bring you to very calm waters, which is beautiful. There's a lot of peace lying in this. And the last card out of the Wildwood Tarot is this one, the Nine of Vessels. It says generosity. So you can see here his energy, or her energy in this case, as we're talking specifically about women, is flowing into all of these cups. Like he is, she is, he, I'm going to say he because that's the energy of the card. He is very abundant, and he has that much energy that is flowing everywhere, but also his own very big cup is full. So representing this one, representing the root chakra. Once you've healed yourself to a certain extent, you're going to feel very much grounded and rooted to nature, to yourself, and this is happening in the root chakra. Also in my own experience, it's quite beautiful when this happens, because to me I always had the it on my shoulders, almost like in fight mode, and once I was healed to a certain extent, the power started to drop and go back to the root chakra, which is exactly what's happening here. It is so full, and you're so full that you can start to give to others and share what you have experienced on your journey. Like other people will start to notice, like I said earlier, and you will be able to give just by having lived through that experience. You don't even have to be vocal about it. Like see that? He's not even talking. He's quiet. He has his eyes closed, but just with his presence, feeding the outside world, feeding other people. So that's what wants to come out very strongly today. So this is what happens after the process. So this is quite a timeline actually. So, and it's up to you. It's up to you when you start, or if you start to make that release with the bow, being like, phew, finally I'm letting go. Like I'm focusing on my egg, on all of my abilities, on my inner knowledge, on the inner riches that you have so much within you. Oh, this is beautiful. But the energy is, again, I don't know if you can feel it, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And this is exactly where the other cards come in. Because like I said, the energies, that's a lot. It's a lot, like no kidding. Like this way, this journey is a lot to carry. The thing is though, that I really want to stress here, I'm not about to be like, oh yeah, it's going to be so difficult, la la la. I'm just like, when you're on this path, which is so incredibly worth it, there are gifts on the other side that you could not have possibly seen coming. But this is, there are a few steps to take, and yeah, to be on this journey. Yeah, is very good, but it's also exhausting at times. And but again, like this is something you can handle. You can handle. You will learn as you go. It's like you learn as you're growing. You're growing constantly, so you'll be ready for whatever's coming next, wants to come out here in this position. to free yourself from these perceptions that society and that ancestral lineage puts on us as women and as males, of course, too. So yeah, it's gonna require work to really to master this, to bring all aspects of yourself, to incorporate them within you. I see these almost as IVs, you know, in your arm. And they're flowing right into you. They're like, you're incorporating them. You're in, I don't know if this is the right word, but you're engulfing them. And for you to really make them yours, like the inner team that you have, like those different traits of personality, I almost want to say, that you're incorporating into yourself and all making them yours, all because they're all very lovable, but we sometimes have the perception that they're not, and to integrate all of those within you. Okay. Yep. And you're, like I said, you're learning how to do this. You're learning how to do this, and you're learning how to balance these two worlds. And by these two worlds, I mean all of these, like all of the elements of yourself. You're learning to balance them and not just be focused on one, but rather find the balance between all of them. Let's say you're a mother, and also the female aspect of yourself, because this is still very much present and very much here, because how could it not be? You're a woman, you have needs, yes, you're so great, women. You're so fantastic. Live it. Show it to the outside world how great you truly are and how much there is within you, and learn to balance these. Also, of course, protect what you already have. This is so cute because these mushrooms are so fragile. And when you step on them, they're easily squished, but there are so many, you know, and it's growing in so many different places. Like, yeah, it's like something that doesn't stop, because even if you do step on them, they keep growing in other places. So you cannot, this is beautiful, I understand. So they cannot be suppressed. They cannot be suppressed, no matter how small they are. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And they're just growing beautifully. And they're just there. They're just there. Minding their own business, I almost want to say. And they don't care about the surroundings. It's beautiful because this is very peaceful energy. Funnily enough, it's a swords card, but it's very peaceful energy, because it's like you're resting within yourself. You're resting within yourself. Of course, you're protecting what's yours, but you're resting within yourself. And this is life. That's just the way life goes. Pretty much. You have to wake up out of the full energy. It's funny that this wants to come out today this way. You have to wake up out of the full energy and see it for what it is. The dropping of ancestral patterns, the dropping of, what I got from it earlier was look at it with the eyes of children, with the eyes of, like, you've never seen this before. Like, you have no idea what a female is supposed to be, whether she's supposed to be or dressed like a doll, or whether she's a sex object, or whether she is a mother, or whether she's, like, all those perceptions that you thought you knew about those roles, those archetypes, or however you say that. Find your own definition of it, what this is to you, because this is what truly the world is in need of. This is what the world is in need of, to find a beautiful balance and to bring forward what's yours. To bring forward what's yours. Okay, and then we have 2 more cards that make this reading really, really round. Actually, I'm going to start with this one because this is the first one that came out. It's the Summer, Bask in Joy and Life. And when this card came out, I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful balance of this, because the energies, like I said, are not easy ones. They're quite heavy. Excuse me. But the bask in joy and light is just like the counterpart to it. Like, do take time to see it from a lighter side. Do not be like, the first part of my message was really like, oh, really strong and really in your face. And this part of the message is more laid back. It's the balance again. The balance of things, of, yes, be angry about what has happened in the past, and be angry for your mother and for your grandmother, what they had to endure, but also be light and how do you say that? Take on also the forgiving aspect, and also the aspect of, this is not really mine. Mine is such and such. And yeah, enjoy that. So let me read this card for you. The Summer, Bask in Joy and Light. Almost got it. Summer. Rise up, open your wings and shine. I'm going to do it like this again. Rise up, open your wings and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light, into manifestation. This is, funnily enough, what the Archer card talks about as well. Like, you gathered your tools, you're ready, and you're focused. Summer has always been recognized as a time for joy and going on adventures and making memories. Flowers are in full bloom, animals are enjoying the freedom of the wild summer days and nights, and people are taking holidays, basking in the sunshine and being lifted energetically by the light and warmth. This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to know exactly where you are and how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy this moment and not to rush forward, because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity, and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, as it is inspiration directly from the divine. When the Summer card arrives in the future position of a spread, oh no, wait. Never mind that one. We don't need that because I don't read that way at all. I'm spreading my cards how they want to come out. Not, I'm very not about boxes at all. So yeah, they're very free. My cards are. I'm laying them out the way they want to be laid out. The next card out, which is quite beautifully and is very, very, my God. Like, look at his third eye, and look at all the feathers that are around him, and the beautiful forest that is surrounding him. It's the Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Very beautiful. Don't think I've ever had him so far. The Earth Guardian. Take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. This is great. The Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine and feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the land and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental, who is non-binary, showing that they are a divine being without a human gender. This is beautiful. Their staff adorned with a dream catcher shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams and reality. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded. Oh my Lord, before proceeding further. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you have to deal with, which is amazing because, like I said, it rounds up everything. It rounds up me being very angry and feeling that energy to the fullest here. It was really crazy. I was about to explode. It was like, oh, I need to like really, I don't know. I almost want to say kill someone, because it's that type of energy, that type of anger, and I immediately knew it wasn't mine. It was, like I said, ancestral, because I know I'm working with that right now. And then for that to come in, and the second part of the message, being the reading, being very grounded, being very calm, thinking about what you're doing, and this is my advice as well. Feel it to the fullest. This emotion is very important because it tells you something, but do not act out of that emotion. Do not act out of the anger, because this is not about this is not about bringing your own pain forward and forwarding your pain onto somebody else. This is about working with what you have, with the emotion, with the pain, and then bring wisdom, and then be this one, bringing what you have incorporated into yourself out to the world, for other people, other women and men to benefit, to profit from it, not just yourself. Exactly. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, I understand it now. That's great. I hope you really understand the message here too, because this is quite profound. I'm very much on we should resolve it peacefully and incorporate all of the sides within ourselves and outwards. I'm very much about be yourself, and let's incorporate all of those sides into the world. Let's live together in peace as much as we can. Yeah. So that's that, and it's beautiful. It came out beautifully. I really hope you could take something away from this reading and from the message that came through, and I wish you all the best in working through this. Much love. Bye-bye.